All right. So welcome to the third session of Lytherian Tales. When we left off, our heroes were essentially, they just made it to Kannastock, a town within the swamp, in the Murkmire bog. And they had gotten help for Captin Brass. And we're just heading to the Crocs Tooth Inn for a sleep. And I believe you guys RP'd the basically going to bed and everything. So if it's okay with everybody, we can always start essentially in the morning and go from there where you guys want to head out and do.
So in the morning, Nero will like get up slowly, like start getting dressed, and whenever he gets up, he's gonna look at him and say, have you figured out what the magical word is yet?
No. Honestly, I didn't even try last night. I was too tired.
Well, you kind of did fall asleep with a book right on top of you with, I believe it was a dictionary.
Oh, no, that was my spell book. It's my makeshift doodle journal right now. And he's just groggily just rubs his eyes and everything and just stretches a little bit. And I gotta buy a new one.
Alright, what do you say we get up and see how Lady Lamparia is doing, and then we'll be on our way and maybe take care of the Warforged we saw.
I guess.
That's what he'll do. Get ready. Fucking throw some water in his face. I don't know if they brush teeth, but if they do, he would. And go get food.
Yeah, if any of you guys want, there's like a bathing hall down the way. It's just basically a bucket of water, and they change it out every so often.
Oh yeah, definitely, and soap bars, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Relmora would have used that last night.
You're just covered in mud.
Oh no, the bucket has not been changed.
No, it would have been changed in the morning. You're good. It's not just a bucket of mud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, and then probably knock on Relmora's door to like kind of pick her up if she's still in there.
Hell no, she's already eating breakfast. She's an early riser. She likes to move. Let's get moving.
Okay.
Alright, so, first off, before, like, getting something to eat or anything, he would stop by, the herbalist first. I totally forgot his name. Something fancy. Hold on. Find it. I have it somewhere written down. Somewhere here. Leo.
Yep.
Got it. I'll head over to Leo's. Check on Brass.
Okay.
Just knock on the door gently.
Okay. Do you bring anybody with you? Because you're gonna walk right through the middle of the tavern, which I'm assuming Remora is there, and I'm assuming Nero is either with you or heading down just after you.
I would probably head down to get food first.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, I'd wait for everyone. I'll get food first and everything.
Okay. I just wasn't sure if you were
splitting the party.
Yeah.
We're in town. It's not that bad. Come on.
Yeah. And the food here is actually not bad. It's pretty decent. It's probably the first time that either of you two have seen the actual proprietor in daylight, and he's a very attractive individual. He's really grizzled. He looks like he's led a hard life. And he's just sort of behind the bar. Every once in a while, he yells to, to the back and stuff like that. He's a good guy.
Do I hear Bobby in there? Oh, fuck.
Yeah, he's not an attractive individual. Yeah.
Oh, my fucking God.
Yeah, he's a real nice guy.
Stranger danger. I think we just walked into a slaughterhouse. What the fuck?
But you'll notice, even out of the couple of people that are up and about, it's still pretty early for some people, but there are a couple of guys at one of the tables over. They're pretty scarred up and beaten up too. You see a lot of like people in like leathers and stuff like that. Like it looks like that this is probably some sort of like a lot of mercenaries and things come through here.
Yeah, I can see that.
So, what were you planning on doing in Puerto Burrow?
Who, me?
Yeah, sure.
Well, save lives, obviously. What other reason is to go there?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, maybe just the ports and some trade or something else?
Oh, trade, yes, I could go there for trade. I am a member of Orion. I do courier services.
I mean, I'm kind of going there for maybe the same thing. I don't know. I just saw a notice, and I thought that with my, expertise in all the magic, that it could possibly happen.
Yeah, what could possibly happen? Sorry.
I don't know, just something different.
So, you just wanted to get away from your parents, right?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, in fact, no, I have some important messages for House Lyondar. The Enclave there. And I also just needed some coin on the side.
That is a very good reason and pretty much understandable, but I'm not going to dig any deeper into it.
Alright, yeah. So we should probably make haste because I really need to deliver this important message to the Enclave. It's of the utmost importance.
Yeah, sure.
It is. But we should probably check on Brass because who knows if she's gotten better. I think she probably is, though.
I think you should eat first and take your time to wake up, and then we can worry about the matters of the day.
Okay. He'll start eating, finally. His food would have just been sitting there as he's talking.
Yeah, I can totally figure that. He's like, I need to go!
It's like congealed cold eggs now.
Oh, man. I mean, they would have been like that when they got there. It's ain't the fanciest establishment.
I hope this guy isn't the cook.
He's not. He's got a cook. Who looks even worse? No.
Oh, no.
He looks like the fucking food that you put into the bowl.
Alright. So once we're done, we'll head over to the herbalist.
Alright. Leo's up pretty early, so when you get there, he opens the door pretty quickly and says, you're back. Come on in. She's up and about, despite my telling her to sit and relax if you want to talk to her.
Yeah, sure. Sounds like a good time. And I'm actually clean this time, so you actually smell nice. That horrible mess I was before.
Nobody will recognize you now.
Where's the mud monster?
Your mud monster friend has disappeared. Yeah, he'll walk over and just... Hey, Brass.
Hello. I'm sorry. I don't know that I got your names. I just I've been having a bad couple of days.
Oh, completely understandable. You know that there's been a lot of stuff going on. Just I'm Ignatius. You can call me Iggy. This is Romora. I think she likes you to call her Rel, but who knows? And this is Nero. He's very quiet. Well, no, he's just very, very stern. You know. But well, how you holding up?
I've been better, but I don't feel quite like death anymore.
That's good. But you should probably listen to what Leo says, because it's been a long couple days for all of us. Mostly you. Should really take the rest.
It's hard to sit still.
I can imagine.
I want to thank you three for helping me. I do appreciate it, even if I might not have seemed so appreciative earlier. You saved my life.
Well, you're welcome. No problem. I mean, it was just the right thing to do. You know, there were alligators and like eating things and people, and it was gross. And you know, you had already lost the arm, so it was kind of weird.
Yeah, it wasn't too pleasant to find tooth marks on the stub of this arm.
Yeah, I don't know. That kobold was strange. I have to look that up. Kobolds don't normally live in swamps, do they?
Lee will he's sort of like offhand listening, and he'll be like, well, there used to be a kobold tribe, probably a good 20 years ago, and then something happened to it. We sent a couple of mercenaries out. None of them ever came back, and we never heard of the kobold tribe again.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Starts writing this shit down.
Did they have any interesting items, you would say?
Not sure. Never really met any of them myself. I just knew of them. They were the black-scaled kobold tribe. They did a bit of trade with us. They mostly approached Fizbin and things like that, but the few mercenaries we sent out, because they started to act really, really strangely, and we sent a few mercenaries out to look at them and deal with them if needs must, but the mercenaries never came back, and we stopped seeing the kobolds altogether. We assumed that maybe one of the mercenary troops took out most of them.
Leo, can you tell me what would a reason be for a Warforged to be stuck in the swamp? He's on tap.
Well, it's not uncommon for a Warforged to be part of a mercenary group.
Warforged in the swamp. That sounds very familiar to me, but I'm not entirely sure. You'd be better off asking around a bit, I think, about that. There's a story, it's on the tip of my tongue, but I just can't remember. There's something. I do remember there's like a really famous Warforged in the swamp, but I can't remember anything about it.
Maybe that's him.
There's a famous Warforged in the swamp, and no one bothered to go get him.
Give me a second. He goes and starts looking through some books that he has and tossing things out, and
I'm just going to be tightening my bootstraps and my gloves.
And finally, after a minute of sort of like looking through some of his books and that, he's like, yes, infamous, more like. Apparently, he was in Kannastock. He was there was sort of like a rogue wizard here who had animated him, and he was helpful to all the townsfolk. Everybody loved him. Then he and he flips through. It seems like it started to kill a bunch of people, and it killed a very important, the daughter of somebody very, very important, and it ended up being chased out into the swamp while people essentially tried to destroy it, and they just barely managed to destroy it. It apparently ended up killing quite a few people.
Do I remember seeing any corpses back where the Warforge was?
It didn't seem to be, but it was in fairly deep water.
It was also 20 years ago.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right.
It was actually more than 20 years ago. It's almost a legend for this particular town. Kobolds were about 20. And
is there anything that points to the Warforged being corrupted by exterior means, other than like he himself turned evil, that someone else turned him evil? Sorry about that.
Honestly, I'm not really sure. I thought it was more legend than anything. Are you saying you saw this Warforged? I'm very surprised.
Yes, sir.
Now, as far as I know, I mean, my knowledge of magic is at best hearsay. I haven't even seen mages come through here in years. And even then, it was mostly just tricksters and minor illusions and things of that nature. But
Iggy gets a little scowl on his face for a sec. Like, a little offended.
Yep. Yeah, no, I don't know enough about magic to say what could have corrupted it. And I think any of that information has been lost to time.
Well, perhaps it's just best we leave him in there for now, and well, maybe we'll come back to him another day.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if it turns out he's, still a killer.
Yeah, that won't be fun. All right. Do we pay him already? Don't remember.
Yes, I paid him 20 gold.
Okay. Well, how much longer do you think Brass should stay with you here?
If it was up to her, she'd be gone already, but I want to have her at least another day just to make sure that the fever and that is fully out of her. She's up and about, but she's not good.
No, that's totally understandable. Brad, we all could use the rest. But I guess we should talk about what we're gonna do after.
Well, isn't that obvious?
Well,
Captain, what are your plans after this? Where are you still headed for Porto Brayo? I'm considering where we are at.
It is my intention to eventually end up that way, but I'm not sure what I'm going to do after that. I can't exactly captain a ship missing an arm. I'll have to find something else that I can do.
I suggest that you come with us then, since we are still also headed for Porto Brayo, and that way we grow stronger and you're not as vulnerable to outside threats.
I appreciate your concern, but I can take care of myself. And Kannastock, I've heard of it. It tends to be a mercenary town. So I can take my time and recover and make my way there. There's no rush for me.
And what about Ollie?
I reckon I'll have to see to him here.
You should at least stay for that.
Oh, don't worry. I intend to. I'm not leaving him until I have to.
No, I'm talking about us. That we should. He helped us out there. Least we can do is honor him.
Well, I remember Elmora saying something about the possibility of resurrecting him.
Well, I mean, that's magic I don't even know of. There were some people that could do it in Falstar, but they were few and far in between. I don't know. It would have to be a miracle.
Well, good for us. My dogs are fucking retarded. Also, well, good for us. Yeah, I'm gonna type.
Aww.
Dogs. Well, I just feel like we should stay here. At least help with the funeral services, if anything.
Do you really think they have funeral services out here?
I mean, every place should, right? Right? And I'll turn to Leo.
We have a fair number of deaths here. Have to deal with it some way. Can't just feed them all to the crocs.
See. Sure, they live in the middle of the swamp, but they're not animals.
Well, talking about the idea of raising him back to his normal self, I am part of a very particularly noble family that I've already spoken to you about, actually. It's annoying that you continue to forget.
I literally typed it in chat.
I'm not talking to you.
Oh.
God damn it.
I know the family. I know. It's just, it seems really far and, like, just really out of reach. Anyways, that's back over in Falstar. At least that's where all my family has connections.
Yeah, well, I have connections all over this place. Being a member of Orion, I have connections to get lots of things done really quickly.
Alright.
As a matter of fact, is Kannastock, would it have a speedster?
Kannastock would not have a speedster. It would not. It would get fucked on the roads.
Okay, so what about the Oriette?
I really don't think they'd have too many horses and stuff going. The road is better than the rest of the swamp, and the closer you get to the main roads, the better it is. But for the most part, it's just shy of just walking in the swamp.
Okay.
Not a great place for it's better that, like, you can take an Oriette there, but there's not too many Oriettes going out, if that makes sense.
Oh, okay. Well, either way, all I have to do is drop my family name, and I can usually get what I want around here. At least in most cities. I'll probably have to pay debt to my family, but that's something I'm willing to pay.
Do I know how much these things like normally run? Like resurrections? I don't know. That's something maybe he might have read into.
Yeah, roll me a history.
History, oh my. Oh, that's bad. That's real bad. Oh, but +6. Okay, 12.
12? You know it's very, very expensive. You're not sure of the exact cost, but you know it's not just a matter of gold. You know it is a matter of finding a diamond with a worth of a certain nature. So it has to be a very, very large diamond is the spell component for it.
I'm trying to find the spell in the player's handbook, but I'm fucking lazy, so I'm just gonna.
It's 500 gold for a raised dead, but there is nowhere you can get to in 7 days or 10 days, sorry, that you're going to be able to raise anybody. So it would end up having to be a resurrection, which would be 1,000 gold.
Yep.
And you would have to find a diamond worth 1,000 gold. You couldn't just pay 1,000 gold and have it, because most places are not going to have a diamond worth that.
I know it's very expensive.
Yeah, I'm well aware of how expensive it possibly could be.
Do you even know people with that kind of ability?
My older brother, possibly.
Possibly, you don't know. It's up in the air.
Look, he runs a very successful business. He's actually almost ready to take over my father's business.
Okay, well that doesn't mean that he knows stuff about resurrection and stuff like that.
He doesn't have to. He just has to have the money to know people to know people.
Just...
How do you get anything done with such pessimism?
How do you get anything done with such cockiness?
By doing it, obviously.
God, you have so much faith in your family name, thinking you're so much better than everyone else, when other people are just trying to get by and live their lives, huh? You can't be thinking that you're better than everyone else. It's not how the way things work here. I'm going to the general store. Just gonna shove his book in his bag and head out.
So, would you have rather I just left you two in the swamp?
He's already gone.
Okay. I'm just standing there in the hall. In the room, looking at Leo and Brass. Well, the idea's still out there. If you're interested.
I like I said, I don't know much about resurrection. It seems that you two are rather split on it, and I just maybe I just don't understand it properly. But how on earth are you going to get Ollie back in one piece? How are you going to even get him to help? It's only been a few days and he's already less than he was.
I'm not really too keen on the details, and honestly, as much as I don't want to drag his body around, because I know that's kind of disrespectful, but even if we take him to somebody who does know, they will have a better answer. All I know is that this is the best chance he's got to, coming back to us. And I at least think he deserves that chance. And at the very least, we won't be burying him in some, no offense, Leo, some backwater swamp that nobody really knows about.
No offense taken, but we usually create a pyre for our dead.
Well, I think he'll have friends in the port that will want to know that he died.
it's very difficult for me to even think of. It's not a possibility I ever considered, and when I thought of my own death, I never thought about ways of coming back or preventing it. Myself and Ollie, we never really talked about things like this. I don't know what his wishes would be, and I don't know how keen I am on perverting the will of the gods.
Well, that is your decision, ultimately. We can bury him here if you want. We can bury him there, or we can make the attempt. I'm just saying that if that is what you want to do, then I will at least try.
I understand, and I thank you very much for your concern for him and for your generosity. We're simple folk, and I think you know that. Give me the day to think about it, and I'll get back to you. This decision has to be made sooner rather than later. It's just hard for me to focus right now.
Well, Leo says you need the day, so we'll be back when he's ready to let you go.
Of course. Thank you, Miss Remora. that was what he said your name was, right?
He neglected to tell you my family name, but yes, Relmora Lamparia Orion.
Of course, Miss Orion.
And I'll bow to her for leaving the building.
Okay. Iggy. So it's not very hard to find the general store. There is a big sign. It is super colorful. Like, this swamp is really drab and dreary. This shop is like the prettiest thing you can find. Like, it's well maintained. The sign is multicolored, and it says Kannastock and Trade.
Just cock his head a little bit and just say, it's a little change of pace, but I'm for it. And he'll walk in.
Okay. There's a little bell that tinkles above the door when he comes in, and you hear somebody go, "Oh, gee," and then all of a sudden a little tiny head will poke up over top of the counter and be like, "Oh, a customer! Hello, welcome. Come in. What can I get for you today?"
Wow. Can I just look around, just like first glance, what do I see? Something cool.
For the most part, it seems like pretty general stock. There's like, you can find a whole bunch of like tools, like shovels and things like that. You can find, there's a section where like it's all very like surprisingly well organized. There's like a section for like rations and different foodstuffs, like backpacks, things of that nature. There's also like a sort of cordoned off section in the back where you can see what looks to be healing potions.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right. Hi there, sir. How are you doing today?
Oh, I am just doing simply wonderful. Isn't it a lovely day? What can I do for you? You are very new in town. I would know if you were a regular. So, what is your name, young sir?
My name is Ignatius.
Ignatius, a truly wonderful name. It sounds amazing. What can I get for you today?
Well, we kind of just got shipwrecked in the swamp, and we just made our way into town. Thank goodness, last night. So most of our, at least most of my stuff are ruined. So I was wondering if you had a map of the region, maybe, to help us out.
A map. Let's see. I have a fairly big map here, and then he'll just be pulling through a bunch of his stuff, and eventually he'll pull out a map that is a fairly wide overview, and it's not very detailed, but it shows Kannastock and a few of the roads leading out, but it's really shit because it's just the swamp. What they've managed to map out of the swamp. Like we have this one.
Do you have anything bigger than that? Than just the swamp?
You
know, we're kind of heading over to Port de Burrow.
Let me see. I have this one of the continent.
Oh, I mean... Does this show like main roads?
No. It's an artist interpretation.
Dang.
We don't get many travelers out here who are looking to travel around. Most people who come here know that we're here and want to be here. We don't get a whole lot of shipwrecks, which, by the way, shipwreck, huh? Sounds pretty interesting.
Yeah, it was a crazy day. First there was lightning, and then there were giant waves, and I thought I was so gonna die. It was terrifying. I mean, I've been on a ship many times in my life, but never lived with waves like that. It was bad. And then there were crocodiles, and then there were kobolds. It was a mess. Oh, speaking of kobolds, do you know the story of like a kobold group that was here 20 years ago or something like that?
Kobold group 20 years ago. I mean, I've been here for a while. I don't really know. And he sort of thinks a minute and says, you know what? I don't know very much about that. However, probably best person to ask would be maybe Jane. She's one of like her husband was one of the mercenaries that was going after them. I don't pay too much attention to kobolds and that. I know they traded with my father before he got the Wanderlust and roamed off. But I was young and spry, and well, I'm still pretty young and spry.
Yeah. Do you know where I could possibly find Jane? Really? Like, where does she work or anything?
She used to be a mercenary, but she mostly just guards around town now. You might be able to find her at night in the Crocs Inn or tavern.
All right.
Most of the mercenaries hang out there.
I think at that point the bell dings again because Nero would enter now.
Okay. And as soon as he hears the bell ding, his vision goes from Iggy straight to the door. Hello, welcome. Come in. Oh, I'm having so many new patrons today. Come in. Shop all you like.
Thank you. I was wondering whether you had some simple clothes because I am in need of some.
Oh yeah, my pajamas are wrecked.
Let me just see what I have on the racks over here.
You wore those pajamas like armor, and they need to be replaced. But I recommend you not fighting in pajamas anymore.
Well, I mean, you didn't want me to change, so
I didn't have time to change either, to be fair. But I guess let's just get good clothes to change in, and then we'll be good to go and prepare a little bit better for the next.
I mean, I'm wearing my clothes right now. It's just my pajamas are nasty. Smell like salt water.
Yeah, I suggest we get rid of those clothes.
All right. Man, they were silk.
I'm sure we'll find other ones, and you can even have them as a souvenir. I believe people think like having those.
Man, it smells so bad in my freaking bag. In my freaking bag.
Yeah,
we
maybe
do sell backpacks.
Maybe you should discard the backpack as well.
All right.
So, good sir, what do you have in store? Like, do you have like backpacks and a set of clothes? Because I would be willing to like stock us up again so we can continue traveling without actually freezing or stinking to death and attracting all kinds of creatures.
Yes, of course, of course. Let's see. Common clothes. You said pajamas, right? And
well, I mean, that's just the personal preference, but sure.
He's starting to look through his racks and stuff, and he looks Iggy specifically up and down, like he's sort of measuring. And he's like, perhaps these, and they're cute. They're shorts, and then like a little t-shirt, and they all have little crocodile faces on them.
Oh, too soon.
So.
Crocodiles, too soon.
Let me see if I have another one. Well, I have a nightgown. Will that work?
A nightgown? Let me try it on.
All right, of course. And this one has like just moons on it, like half moons and quarter moons and that. And
isn't that more like a dress?
Yep. Yeah, it's got like little frills on the collar of it, and at the very bottom it has little frills.
I'm not going to judge your taste in pajamas, so.
Man, I feel so free. Woo.
I mean, you look marvelous, might I say.
I do, don't I? I'll take it.
Excellent. That'll be 10 silver pieces.
10 silver, jeez.
Well, it's a custom item. It was painstakingly made by one of our retired mercenaries here in town.
All right.
Sorry.
I'll take the map of the continent, and also if you have an empty journal, that could be great too.
All right. The map will only run you 1 gold, but the journal. Let me find my journals. Journal. That'll be 15 gold pieces. It's quite
15 gold.
It's quite good stock. The paper is wonderful. It's anti-run, so the ink that you use should not run or pierce through the pages.
But 15 gold? The hell? There's gotta be a way that you can drop that down. That's a lot for blank paper.
Well, maybe we're gonna purchase a little bit more. Maybe there's a little discount in there for us.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, let's just pile together your order, and we'll see what I can do for you.
That sounds fair. So,
I'll just whisper over to Nero. Hey, I see some healing potions back over there.
Yeah.
I think we could use that.
Yeah, definitely. I think in case we get attacked again, which out in the open is not really unlikely. We should definitely go prepared, other than be surprised and be miserable afterwards.
Yeah, so, I don't know if. Oh, we could also use a compass. That could be good too.
Yeah, we should add that definitely to the list.
1 compass, sir.
Ooh, a compass. Excellent.
But yeah, I know they kind of run expensive, and I didn't take that much money when I left home.
I do have some money to cover most of them. I'm not sure about the health potions.
Yeah, those are the things that I'm running expensive. That are running a little expensive.
Usually got them provided.
Yeah, I can probably get one. I mean, I had no need for health potions. I just know what they do.
Health potions. I can definitely hook you up there. I don't know if you know this, but these are all handcrafted by my own personal supplier here in town, Leo Magdalene. He is a treat, a just wonderful treat.
Yeah, we met him.
We have 2 different kinds here. We actually have a potion of minor healing and also potions of healing. We've only got 2 of the potions of healing in stock at the moment, but we do have 10 potions of minor healing.
Minor healing. How much do those run?
They are 30 gold pieces.
30? Oh, that's better than I thought.
So before we get into the health potions, do you have just a general set of clothing and maybe something warm for cold nights, like a fur mantle or cloak or something?
Let me see. Let me see. You're a big boy, but I think I might have something that will fit you. I hope you don't mind the drab colors, though.
It's okay. Drab's his middle name.
All right, excellent. How about these? And he holds out. They're just like a normal brown kind of clothes. There's like a sort of light tan top, and then the pants are just pretty brown. They're really boring.
Oh yeah, that's perfectly fine. That's great. I thought you were gonna offer like shiny bright pink pants and shit like that. I'm like, no.
Oh, I wish. I truly do, but I can only get what I can get here, and most of our stock is made by people within.
Yeah, and do you have also like a cloak?
Cloak. Let me see. Yes, we do have a few cloaks. They're just normal fabric. We've got a few that are heavier than others. Things of that nature. I mean, it's spring, so you get the cold nights still.
Yeah, that's why I'm inquiring. I would take the set of clothes, a pair of new boots, the cloak, like a heavy thick cloak that you have, and as well as a lantern and some oil for the lantern.
Okay. Lantern, and he's sort of going through as you're doing this and putting things up and wandering around, and he says, "Now, boots, you said. I do have plenty of nice, just sturdy, regular boots. However, I'm not sure how much you are going to be wandering through the murk, but I do have these lovely boots. I call them the boots of swamp traversal." Oh.
He makes the noise.
Oh, yeah.
They indeed look very handy. Not very pretty, but very handy in a swamp.
Yeah, so unfortunately, if I made them pretty, they wouldn't stay that way very long. But it does make it much, much easier to traverse the muck. I mean, if you get into a place where there's submerged in water, you're still going to have to swim. But these boots are pretty much waterproof, and they allow you to walk much more easily in the muck. You don't get stuck.
Very well. We'll take 3 of them.
All right. Excellent. Excellent. Patience. Yes. All right. Was there anything else I could get for you?
He'll look to Ramora.
I'm not there.
She's not there.
Did you not walk to the general store?
No.
Okay, then. You just left and stood outside?
Well, somebody doesn't like me very much, so I'm not going to walk around with them.
I would have told Relmore then, and he's going to check out the general store because he needs a new set of clothes, and maybe she does too.
Well, you have fun then.
You'll be here?
I'll be around. I'm going to just walk around and maybe I'll find something interesting.
Maybe you should talk things over, and we can't continue like that.
I tried, okay?
I'm just saying.
What do you want me to tell him?
No, I'm not good at this. I don't know, maybe... Well, you seem like a really, really smart woman, so try to place yourself in his shoes, and you see that he's a little bit maybe naive or gullible or at times. So maybe try to get his point of view and rather explain things to him so that he can learn. But I'm not too sure. I think he might appreciate that, and that might get rid of some of the tension. But well, it seems to be one of his first adventures, and you've been around quite a lot, so I'm just saying it's not that easy for everyone, like as easy as it is for you or me. So I think we need to cut him some slack.
I don't think I'm asking too much of him. Actually, I don't think I've asked anything from him at all.
It is not really what you or we're asking for. It's just about how we treat each other, because right now we're a group and we have to stick together.
So I left the gate open.
It's not that bad. I know you're bigger than this, or at least I have the feeling.
Yeah, well, I'm trying, and he's not really leaving much room for anything else. So I will try to talk to him again, but if it basically boils down to the same thing, because I respect and adore my family, then I don't see any reason for me to help him anymore.
I don't think we should go into, or you should go into a conversation with like prejudices or already a negative mindset. Just be open-minded, and if it turns out that way, it does. If it doesn't, even better for us. So, but nevertheless, that's besides the point. I think we all could use some new clothes, so you don't really have to talk to him right now, but I think it might be good for you to come with us. Or with me.
Like, I just need to walk around for a bit, and I'll try to think something up, but he's kind of disrespected me and my family for a long time now, and I'm not really sure how I'm going to convince him that I'm just trying to help.
Of course. Well, we'll be at the general store because Lord knows I need a new pair of boots.
Yep. Have fun.
You too.
I'll leave and I'll start walking around and minding my own business.
Okay, are you just walking around, just like not looking for anything, just sort of chilling?
I'll look around, but I'm not looking for anything in particular.
Okay.
Yeah, well then that's our order, I think. I would inquire how much lanterns are.
We have a very nice bullseye lantern.
Mhm.
It is 10 gold pieces.
That's a lot of money. Okay, so maybe we should just check our cart and see what the total boils down to.
Well, as of right now, you haven't got any healing potions, which I remember. I have a good memory that you had mentioned you were looking at. But at the moment, your cart comes to 91 gold and 70 silver.
What was so expensive?
Well, you got 3 pairs of those boots. They were 15 gold pieces apiece.
15 gold pieces. Oh,
The bullseye lantern was 10. It was 20 gold pieces for the compass. You had 15 gold pieces for your book. Did you want ink for that as well?
no, I don't need ink. I just have a pencil. It's fine.
Okay, perfect. Yes. So, and then your various clothing, which tended to make up most of the silvers.
I think we can do without those boots.
How far does the swamp reach after, like, outside from this city?
It's still a good day's walk. If not more. Depends on how fast you go.
I don't think we could spare the boots. I have, with all the money that I have, I can pay up to where we still have to pay 47 gold. Do you happen to have 47 gold?
Yeah, I have enough gold.
Well, then we could, if you don't mind splitting, we could buy all this, have a set of boots for Lady Lamparia as well, and a compass, very good utility or utensils to continue our march.
Alright. Yeah, it's fine. So how much is 91.5?
Oh no, I have, like, I can pay up to where only 47 gold are left over. So I would give all my gold, basically. I have 44 gold and 10 silver, so that leaves us with 47 gold that still have to be paid.
47, I got you. Yeah, I'll drop the 47.
All right. And were either of you interested in any of these healing potions?
I feel like we should take at least one.
Interested, yes, but I do not have the the funds for this.
How much were they? 30 gold, you said?
They are, but you have spent so much here today that I will give you a discount. 20 gold for one of the miners.
Sorry, I'm doing math in my head.
Yep.
Minus, okay, I'll get that one.
Perfect. And he'll take it off the shelf and he'll hand it to you. A potion of minor healing is 1d4 plus 1.
Hey, any healing is healing.
Yeah. It's essentially like a, oh shit, somebody's unconscious. Toss it that way, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I might have to come back with one of the boots because I really don't know Lady Lamparia's size. I mean, we can try them on, but we'll see.
Oh, and question, sir. Have you had any luck opening any of these things? And I just pull out the spell shard.
Nice.
Because I really want to open it.
Oh, it's lovely. It's absolutely lovely. I mean, honestly, besides how pretty it is, I don't know very much about them. I know that I've seen something like this before. It's similar color and everything. Jane's husband used to have one, I think. I think she gave it to him as an anniversary present or something. It's lovely though.
Jane?
Yes, she's a mercenary. She works as a guard for the town at the moment.
Yeah, she might know more about the kobolds.
Oh, that's very interesting.
Yeah.
And
I was thinking we could find her later.
And what about the Warforged? Do you have information about that as well?
No, I mean, sir, do you know anything about the Warforged? Oh, we totally didn't even catch your name. I'm sorry about that.
Oh no! I must have gotten just a little too excited. I don't get new faces every day. Well, sometimes I do. Anyway, my name is Fizbin Roland, and it is a pleasure to meet you.
Very nice to meet you too, Fizbin.
Oh, we have heard about you, Fizbin, from Leo. Leo told us about you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you've met Leo. Oh, he is such a darling, isn't he?
He's very nice.
Ah, yes. He's my best supplier.
Well, in this town, I'm guessing also the only one, right?
You've got it right on the nose there.
Not surprised.
So, also there's like, I don't know, kind of a legend, what Leo told us about, that there's a Warforged stuck in the swamp that was made by like a rogue wizard. Do you know any more information about that?
Rogue wizard. Oh yes, yes. You're talking about what's his name? Stonefist, right?
Sure, we don't know.
Yeah, he was. Man, just right at the inception of this town. Apparently, this is just what I've heard. When they were first building this town, he was created to help them out, and they were building that town with his help, and he just went bonkers one day and started to beat the shit out of everyone. It was insane, at least so I've heard. We all know all these things are very mythy, but no, I've definitely heard that story. It's such a fun legend.
Can you tell us more about how this Warforged looked like, size-wise, construction-wise?
Well, being as I've never seen it, I'm going to assume, based on the number of Warforges that I've met, that they're about, and he holds his hand above himself and then looks down because he's just a gnome, and he's like, well, bit taller than that, I would assume. Let's see. And I think most of the Warforges back then were mostly made of like wood or like hardwoods or stones or things. We didn't have very many metal Warforges like we do now. But other than that, I couldn't tell you what he looked like. I couldn't identify one from another. Most of these legends don't come with pictures. It's all word of mouth.
Oh, thank you very much. That's helpful. So I don't have anything else unless you want some other purchases to be made. Iggy?
Nope, I'm good.
I think we're set. And well, where can we find Jane at this time of day?
This early in the morning? Don't rightly know. She'd be patrolling around somewhere out in the swamps, but I'm not sure where. Your best bet, if you want to catch her for sure, is to go to the Crocs Tooth around sundown.
Well, lucky for us, that's most likely going to happen.
It's where we stay.
Oh, and isn't it lovely? Oh, Lee Richter. Oh, he is a treat. He a little bit gruff. Don't underestimate how gruff he is, but heart of gold underneath there, I think. I haven't talked to him that much. But anyway, I hope you have a lovely day, and please, whenever you have needs, think of the Kannastock and trade.
You too, Fizbin. Have a good day, and we'll think about it.
Thank you very much.
Enjoy your day, fair travelers.
Okay, let's go.
He was a lot.
Yeah.
Based on the general demeanor of everyone else, he's very opposite.
Yeah. That was really smart, though, of you to get the compass and the map.
Well, I mean, that's what Papa always said. If you ever get lost, as long as you know where north is, you never are.
Your father sounds like a wise man.
He's very smart. He's just very, strict. Is all. Stuck in their rooms all day. Mom's kind of the same thing.
So, you're from Fallastar?
Yeah, my entire life, really.
Mm.
And family's just had a big name for it. It's just... They're developing something new that's going to change the way that we think of trade for the entire country of Lytheria. They're making some big progress, though, so we'll see if it actually happens.
I'm not much into trade myself, but it does sound interesting and like a big business, so
Yeah.
I'm sure your family knows what it's doing.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really know. I mean, it's kind of not what I want to do, but...
Yeah, that's why you got shipwrecked with us, I take it.
Well, I didn't choose to be shipwrecked. I mean, but...
None of us did.
In a way.
Yeah. Lady Lympharia will be strolling around these parts. She said she was gonna go for a walk. So
Yeah. Nero, can I ask you something?
sure.
Just like what brings you here? You know, we all kind of have like good reasonings, but we never really asked you.
I got shipwrecked.
No, I mean, what brought you to the ship?
Yeah, that was a little joke from my part.
It was good. It was good. Sorry, it's just your face just looks the same.
I know I'm not much of a jokester. Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. It was a good try.
I found this piece of parchment that ironically enough flew straight in my face. It was blown into my face by the wind, and I looked at it and I was in need of some coin, and it said that whoever was up for adventure or needed some coin, which was me in that case, is invited to Portobello for a job, which was really conveniently combined with my hobby, which is the research of the houses. So that's basically what I'm doing. I'm a traveler, and I research the houses, and I've grown short of money. I don't know how to say that.
Well, now you have no money because you just spent it all.
Yeah, that is correct, but I'd rather have no money in my life than the other way around.
You know, just here. Take this. And it'll hand you like 10 gold.
Oh, that is not necessary. I mean, we are still traveling together, and
But if we ever get separated, I don't want you to be without any gold. I mean, you've kept me alive this far. I wanted to thank you.
thank you, Sir Langor. Then, in that case, if that is your wish, I'll take the gold, and it is a pleasure too, as much as a pleasure this journey can be to travel with you. And I really hope you find your opening word for this shard.
I hope so too. I'm hoping that Jane has some more information on this. I mean, who knows what's inside? It could be endless secrets, or it could just be a message. Who knows? Just a message from a loved one. But I want to find out. Who knows? Maybe it's something for this Jane girl.
I don't know. I guess we will find out this evening when we catch her. We should probably have asked for a visual description because I don't know how else to identify her.
Oh well. We'll find her eventually if she's gonna be in the tavern.
Yeah. Well, I think we should probably find Relmara first, since we still have the whole day in front of us.
Do we have to?
Well, we do, yeah.
It's just she's being so ignorant, really. It's just thinking that she's better than all of us. I mean, I don't know what I did to her.
Well, you have to understand she comes from a place of great nobility, and they are usually I'm sorry about my dogs. They're usually raised in a specific way that explicitly tells them to be really, really proud and never get rid of the pride. Sort of. I don't know much about it, but I think that's just something that she doesn't really mean to. She doesn't really mean to hurt anyone with the way she is what I feel. But I tried talking to her, and I tried to tell her that not everybody has the same point of view, and maybe it's good to also change the point of view every now and then, and maybe that might be good to do for you too. Just understand that she just comes from this special society, and God fucking damn it.
Stupid street dogs.
Yeah. So I really don't know, but I the only thing I know is that conflict is is not good for our group, and we, at least until Portobello, we have to stick together if we want to or not. Loki!
Fine. I guess you're right. But she's just got to realize that we're all in this together and that she's not held on a higher pedestal than any of us.
I understand, but at the same time, like, what she says and what she does are two different things. Her actions so far have been, all of them have been beneficial to the group, and well, not some of them have been for herself, but we all did that. So she didn't do anything to harm us or hold us back. So she's doing her best, even if her words don't represent that. And I know her character is different and even difficult. And well, we have to learn to live with it.
All right. Is there anything fun in this city? I kind of want to get my mind off of this. Like, is there a library?
I wouldn't consider that fun, but I don't know. We could probably ask Fizbin again.
That's a matter of opinion, isn't it?
Well, it is, definitely.
And I'll open the door. Hey, Fizbin!
Welcome back. Are you here to buy more things?
No! Do you guys have a library?
Oh, no.
Close this door. Nope.
Well, maybe you can ask for other forms of entertainment in this town, because Fizbin is our only point of contact at this moment.
Alright. I don't know what else there is to do here. I mean, I'm pretty sure this place is all droll and drab.
Opens door again. Hey, Fizbin, do you have any other form of entertainment?
Do you open the door and say that?
Yeah. Do it.
Well, a lot of people like to punch each other.
Anything that won't break my face.
You're right. Your face is way too pretty for that.
Oh, thank you.
I think there's usually card games. Otherwise, mostly it's just killing things.
Okay. Close the door for him. Well, nothing really. Place is kind of boring.
Well, maybe you can spend the afternoon trying to access the shard then.
Oh, God, man. I do that thing for 20 minutes and I just get upset.
Have you tried it in several languages?
I haven't. You're right. I'll open the door one more time. Hey, Fizbin!
Yes,
What kind of race is Jane?
she's a human.
Oh, how does she look? Because we never asked.
Well, she's about yay plus this much. She's a little bit taller than me.
Okay.
Or a lot taller. She's got brown hair.
Okay.
She's got both eyes.
That's good.
She's got a pretty big scar on her hand.
Ah, that's a good one. That's it?
She's generous in the area of her bosoms.
All right. That'll do.
All right, I hope you find her.
Thanks. Closes the
That was a detail. We don't necessarily need it.
Yeah, I don't know why you said that one.
I mean, we would have figured it out one way or another.
It would have been, I thought it was just going to be, well, she's quite generous. That's it. Nope.
All right.
No, I don't think she would speak another language unless she knows another one.
Maybe Rolmora does.
Maybe. I don't know. It all depends on what languages she might know. I can try opening it one more time and I'll just go. I'll be in the tavern.
All
In my
right.
room.
Okay.
Just spent the next friggin' couple hours just going through words and then just knocking off what he has used in his list. In his new doodle journal.
And I'm gonna look for Ramora.
Okay. More, it's pretty easy to get around town. Like it's not a very big town, and you'll go from like the general like area of like the only real store and your tavern and that, and it's mostly just like small houses and stuff like that. You'll see various people walking around. Nobody seems to be rushing or anything like that. The only real points of interest probably for you as you're sort of walking around, not looking specifically for anything, there are a few small just shrines just off of the main thoroughfare. One is to what do I have here? To Balinor. And they're just basically like a small shrine built in place. There's like a little box underneath that you can put in an offering, and there's like basically a spot where you can put a stick of incense if you want to sort of do anything like that. There's one for Balinor, and there is one for Kor'Vax. As well, something that would probably catch your eye. There's a small house, and it has on the outside on the right side of the outside of the door, there is a small sentinel dragon mark.
Ooh. What's that doing here? I'm probably just gonna make a quick offering to Karen. I'll just put like 5 gold in there.
Okay.
I'll offer him a prayer for his hoard, and prosperous future.
And sort of as you're offering your prayer, just you hear this faint sound of tinkling coins, but it almost seems like it's there and then gone, like it maybe didn't happen, and like even if you look around, you can't really see anything. But it sounds very, very much like a couple of coins just sort of clacking together, like maybe he's accepted your offering.
Then I'll get up, and I don't want to go to that house because I don't. Well, maybe. Nah. I'll just keep walking around.
Okay. Eventually, I would assume then Nero would be able to at least, like, there's not too many places to hide. You guys might miss each other a couple of times, but eventually you guys would end up coming face to face.
So did you enjoy your shopping?
Well, I'm not taking as much pleasure in it as most women do, so I got what I needed and left again. But I did get you something.
Oh.
And he takes out the boots of swamp traversal and hands them to her. Those are apparently special boots to traverse the swamp area, and well, I don't know if they're your size. We got one for each in our group, so.
Who sold you this snake oil?
Fizbin did.
Karen's gonna have fun tonight.
Well, do you not want them?
I mean, I'll accept them as a gift. Sure.
All right, here you go.
I'll take them, and I'll take off my boots and put them on.
Okay. They're actually pretty comfortable. Like they're warm inside. Like it seems like they're very well insulated. And they sort of like they're pretty cut close to like your ankle, so it would be really hard for water to get in. As well, if you do end up trying to walk in the mud or the muck, the mud and the muck no longer give you difficult terrain. So as long as you're not walking in water, it's not difficult terrain.
And I'll actually, since I've kind of called them out on it, I will actually like, jump off the little bridge and walk around in it and see if it works. And I'll say,
your feet don't get stuck in the mud at all. You just sort of like walk over it.
Well, maybe it's not as much of a snake oil as I thought it was. And then I'll pull myself out back onto the bridge and kind of kick off the mud. And I'll say, thank you. It's very functional.
You're welcome.
So, what do you have planned next?
I have no plans for the rest of the day, but we did get some information about a person called Jane. And he'll basically, to shorten this, relay the information they got from Fizbin. With this person, the description, and the name Stern Fist for the rogue wizard thing for the Warforged.
Still going? We're still talking about the possibility of getting that Warforged?
Yes, we very much are. At least we inquire about it because, except for or besides punching another person in the face, there's not a lot of different things to do here. So, might as well do some research.
Well, something that might interest you. I saw a house while I was walking around with a mark of the Sentinel on it. I'm not sure if that's something you're interested in or if you want to do anything with, but I thought I'd just let you know.
Well, thank you. I'm very interested in the houses and, in fact, researching them. So, can you show me the house?
Oh, sure. And I'll take him over to it.
Okay. It's a pretty small house. Like you could probably only guess that maybe 2 people live there, if that. And the mark is pretty crudely drawn, but it is very accurate in terms of the mark of the Sentinel. There's no like names or anything on the building. It's just, it looks like almost every other building, but there is that small mark. But since Sandra is waiting on something, I think she got a call from work. We'll just go to Iggy trying to figure out stuff in the inn. Are you just sitting downstairs trying like random names?
Yep. I'll also just be looking around and see if I find any interesting people that I might approach. I don't know.
Yep. I mean, everybody looks interesting depending on your version of interesting, because
it's true.
There's not any young children or anything like that. There's not a whole lot of like fresh-faced teenagers or anything. A lot of it is like older, grizzled mercenaries and stuff. You can see a couple of people have already started drinking. It is like 10 in the morning and they are already drinking. Like they are just, like getting ready to get hammered. But like it's not busy, but you see every so often. You can guess that most of the actual like stuff that goes on in the inn doesn't go on until a little bit later. but you're not really sure what people are doing during the day because there has to be something, but it doesn't seem like they're doing it in the Crocs too.
I'll just be at a table, just yelling. Well, not yelling, just whispering to it. John, Jack, Joe, Joseph, Corduroy.
I really want you to just like land on the name by accident because I would totally tell you.
Jane? I don't know. Nope. Dang it. Michael. Morrison. Murray. I can't forget. He'll just keep doing that for a while.
All right. Every once in a while, you get like the side eye from some people, like, "What is he doing?" But no.
Mind your own business. It's a serious investigation work.
You see the one guy when you say that, like, holds up his hand, like, "Okay, all right." Goes and sits down, and like, if you're watching him, he'll make like one of those crazy motions and like sort of point over to you.
It's all right. Once I open this thing, though, all the frickin' wonders of the world will be revealed to me. I'm gonna get a huge letdown once I open this, I swear.
You're building it up so much.
I'm gonna hype it up so much. Alright, well, yeah, that's what I'll spend the rest of the day doing. I might stop by back at Leo's to check on Brass again once I get bored.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it for me.
Okay. Yeah, I'm assuming Sandra's still awake because she hasn't said anything.
Well, I guess I wouldn't stay around while he goes and talks to whoever lives there.
Okay. Where would you like to go?
Well, honestly, if she had her way, she'd already be fucking leaving this stupid place. God damn it. But she can't, or she won't. So she's gonna go to the general store.
Okay.
It's the only store, probably.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm back. Sorry, I had a call and my glasses broke and everything's horrible. Okay.
Oh, no.
Okay. What did I miss? Sorry, I.
It's okay. I just described the house. It's a very small, like 2-person house, if that, and it's not like super ornate or anything. It just has the symbol sort of really faithfully carved in the side of the door.
Can I make like a history check or something to understand why there would be a sentinel or a house? Like, first of all, dragon mark on the house, and then second of all, a sentinel. Why specifically then?
Yep.
What is it? History?
Yeah.
Or investigation? Or
yeah. Oh, yeah. Investigation would probably be better. Oh my God, Jack, please.
I have a -1 on investigation, so 13.
Okay. You would guess that based on your very limited knowledge of the houses itself, that probably either it was somebody was saved or helped by the house sentinel, or perhaps there's a couple of people from that particular house that live there and work there. Like maybe this is a very small outpost of it or something.
Mm-hmm. And that's it?
Yeah, you wouldn't know too much about it.
Okay. Well, with that, I'll just look at it thoroughly, take like maybe 3-4 minutes, mumble a little bit, and then turn around and nod to Romora saying, "Thank you for showing me this."
Okay.
Okay, well, let's go find Ignatius.
Well, he's in the tavern in his room trying to open up the shard that he's been trying to access.
Still having fun with that. Well,
Do you happen to speak other languages?
not really. I know Common and Dwarven.
Hmm.
That's it.
Well, that is, I think, more than he knows. So maybe that would help him out. Maybe that way, when you work together, you will bond a little bit better.
I mean, I don't know much about that stuff, but I can certainly maybe try to help him.
Sounds like a good start.
And I guess we'll go find him.
Okay, you don't want to go to the stock and trade anymore?
The only reason I wanted to go there is just get some odds and ends, but really I have everything I want. She
Okay.
travels light, so she doesn't really need anything else.
Sounds good. And Ignatius is still there at a table, just quietly whispering to himself and every once in a while cursing.
Isn't he in the room?
Oh, is he in the room? I thought he was
No,
at the table.
I would have been downstairs.
Oh.
Yeah, you can get drinks and food that way.
Just in a booth.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Pumpernickel, Patrick, Parsley. Fuck. Ugh.
Sounds like you're having fun.
Well, I mean, depends on how you interpret it. It's kind of like a puzzle, but you get no freaking clues.
Well, I mean, we do have clues.
What do you mean?
Well, we know that they sent mercenaries downtown to see if the kobolds were still alive, so that came from here. So maybe somebody knows about the spell shard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. I'm eventually gonna find this Jane and talk to her about it. Maybe it was her husband's. I don't know. But I don't know. I'll figure something out.
Well, why don't we go talk to her?
I mean, she's probably on duty right now. She usually comes here to retire. At night, though. It's the morning still. Or afternoon. This day's taking forever. There's nothing to do here.
I'm fine with resting. I'm still a little tired anyways.
Then go to bed. You did a lot.
Thanks.
Just like, keep in mind that we're all in this together. We've all had some hard times, I guess.
Do you think that I was doing anything else?
No. It's just you sometimes... How do I put this lightly? You sometimes come off like you're better than everyone else. You might not do it inherently, but you just might. I don't know how to say this. But yeah, you keep thinking that you're better. At least that's just how you act, I guess. I don't know.
Is that really what all this fuss is about?
A little bit, yeah. At least that's why I'm upset.
Well, I'm part of a high pristine family.
Well, I mean,
And
so am I, but I don't wave around a big old banner of House Lyandar.
that's totally up to you. And I'm never asked you. Well, I never bring it up to you. I just respect my family, and they mean a lot to me. And my family is really large, and I'm proud of them. It's really important to me. And it might not mean so much to you, but it just being part of my family is amazing.
Well, it's not so much about being part of the family, it's just how you treat other people is all.
I don't think I've spoken down to anyone.
That's you've just been like insulting is all.
When have I insulted you?
On the ship?
You're gonna have to be a little more specific. We were in a shipwreck.
Talking about our houses and... You know! You've just got that demeanor is all.
Of nobility?
Yeah.
Well, thank you, I try. That's my family. I'm part of an image. I represent actually a lot of couriers in the area. And when I'm around, I have responsibilities to attend to. I'm part of a major family that runs a lot of courier services, and when I show up as part of my family, even when I choose to or not choose to, I'm representative of our family. And that might not be the case for you, but that is something I have to deal with. So I'm sorry that I come off as confident and sometimes arrogant, but that is something that that's the price that I have to pay for being part of my family. And I never asked you to raise yourself up to fit the standards of your nobility.
My nobility is just... They're all stuck in rooms anyways. They're not on ships, they're in rooms making more ships.
Well, from what I understand, they may be just making ships, but soon they'll be making ships that fly. And I think that's a big accomplishment in itself.
Really? Because you don't seem too excited about that or your house.
Well, my house doesn't like the idea of competition. I mean, just imagine what you could do. It's a ship, but it's in the air.
It's still prototypes.
It's the concept, the threat, you know? It's never, for me, it doesn't bother me. I just like moving forward and getting around, and that's why I'm more of a courier than a noble, honestly. But it's the kind of promise that your family brings of ships that fly. You can go over land, you can go over sea, you can go anywhere you want. Really, over mountains, cross deserts. And you don't have to worry about all the creatures and the threats of bandits. You just fly right over them. There's so much freedom and safety in the idea of flight.
Well, you know, there's also the concept of like winged drakes, large birds, possibly rocks, or dragons as well. You know, those could be a possibility, but I mean, then that's a very small variable as well.
Oh, yeah, but I'm sure you'll have siege engines and stuff like that on the ships, just like most major cargo ships.
True. True. I don't know. It's just been talked about my entire life. You know, it's weird because now it's getting very close to being possible.
I'm actually going to sit down beside him now, and I say, well, just imagine how everyone else felt when You know, nobody was making wagons anymore, and they were making speedsters and Oriettes. Just imagine how many people and horses went out of business just because we developed new technology.
Well, that's Falstar. I mean, if I'm gonna be honest, I've never ridden a horse before.
Well, if I'm going to be honest with you, that was the first time I've ever ridden a ship.
Really?
I had a lot of fun. Didn't get to where I wanted to go, which is slightly disappointing, but it was an experience.
Yeah, that usually doesn't happen on your first time. Or ever.
Well, I'm not too bothered about it. I might have been a little tired, had to deal with some crocodiles, save a few people, watch a couple people die, travel through all that muck and water, but I had fun with it.
Did you leave, like, any family behind? You know? I don't know where you started off, if you started off in Tentari or in Portobreo or...
Oh, my family lives in Falstar. I have a massive family, and I left them all behind. Like, I still keep in touch with them, and I return from time to time, but because they worry about me a lot.
Why'd you go?
Oh, well, and I'm gonna just lift up my one knee, and I'm gonna actually take off the one boot because it's super fucking huge. And I show him my knee, and it has my dragon mark of travel on it. And I'll say, my grandfather, Alborn Lamparia, was the first member of the Lamparia family to ever gain a greater mark of passage in the last 10 generations. And I plan on bringing down that gap and getting one of my own. He always took me out to places where I shouldn't have been. We went fishing and stuff, and they had to send security to look for us, but we always made it back and we were safe. But he passed, and I consider it more of trying to regain his legacy.
That's nice. You know, my dad would take my brother and I fishing, too. It was fun. He had a family boat. It was cool.
Yeah, we couldn't afford to do that. Didn't want to be followed or anything.
So your family didn't, like, let you be a normal kid? I know.
No, of course not. I had to be schooled at home. I was taught by numerous teachers. There was a point where they were ready to give up on me. My grandfather would always sneak me off to go do whatever we wanted.
That's nice. Your grandpa
But,
seemed like a great person.
well, he did go by another name. His mark manifested in the form of the wind, and just kind of like mine does. And every time he used his mark, it would manifest in some sort of wind tunnel or some airy force. I can't really describe it. I never really saw his at work, but I did a little bit of reading on him, and that's how everyone describes him. He calls himself the Wind Rider, but I'm not sure what everyone else calls him. I'm sure it's the same thing, though. It's a tough thing to live up to, but I'm trying.
Well, you seem to be pretty well off. Just being on your own and the great outdoors.
That's where I like to be.
I'm more of an indoor kind of person. But, you know, I do like ships and stuff and exploring.
I think that's an interesting perk of ships. You're indoors, but also at sea.
Well, it's weird. It's weird, you know. When the family's basically bred to make ships, you kind of just Yeah, just fall in line. And you just go from there. No, my brother's different.
Oh, you want to talk about family? I have a lot of siblings.
Yeah. Oh, no, I just have one.
My eldest brother loves me to death.
Mine is here. Well, no, not here, but just he's there. You know.
Well, I think. Well, I'm gonna go take that nap. I'm glad we kind of sorted this out. It would have been a very long trip if I had to just leave you two behind.
All right. Well, I'm glad you didn't.
And I'll get up. I'll kind of just ruffle his hair before leaving.
Well, joke's on you. It's already a mess.
And I'm just gonna actually just flick my hair at him and show like how well groomed I am.
Antelope. Artichoke. Alligator.
Chocolate snake.
All right.
I'll be right back.
And I will be looking out for a brown woman with mark on her hand.
All right.
Oh, not brown woman, brown-haired woman.
Yes.
That's what I meant. I'm like, wait.
Okay, so Sandra, you can either re-roll one number, or you can keep what you've got.
But what are we playing? High or low?
Highest number wins. So, like, the total of your 3 dice.
Oh
is-
boy!
Yeah.
Rerolling the 2 to a 6.
Okay, perfect. Okay. So, then if you would like, you can either raise or call.
So right now I made 2 gold. I'm gonna so
You're also betting against Larry. He's a real nice guy. He's missing the front 2 teeth.
okay. Can I make an insight to see if he's got like good shit going on?
You can try, yeah.
Hell yeah, I have a +6 on insight.
Very nice.
That doesn't help me though with a 10.
All right. He's a little bit hard to read because whenever he smiles, all you can focus on are those missing teeth.
Okay, I'm gonna raise by 1.
Raise. All right. He's gonna raise
By how much? He's
by
got
1 gold. Yeah.
Okay, he's gonna.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that means the pot would be 4 plus 2, so 6 gold right now.
Can I reroll the lowest one again?
Nope.
Okay.
Now it's just basically you guys sort of fighting against it.
What's your roll?
Oh, like you still have the option to raise if you want or fold. I don't know how these things typically work.
Oh no, like when both raise, you go again. You see who, like when both, like when you raise and the other one calls, kind of like matches it, then you go again. The other person has always also the opportunity to raise the raise, and then you have to add that amount. Like say I called, I added another 1 gold, and say he said, okay, I'll add 10.
Right.
Then I have to go along and say, okay, I'll add 10 too, and then we can play.
Oh,
So
okay.
we always enter the same amount.
Okay.
So I rolled. So my roll is
Okay, so you're just re-rolling all 3 of them?
oh, I didn't know. Like I thought the game was like 3d6 and the highest of the total was the winner.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's... No, I didn't re-roll. That's the roll I did. Like my second one, you know?
Oh, okay.
If I understood this correctly.
Okay. I'm gonna say you win because his first roll was 13 and your first roll was 14.
Okay.
So I'm gonna call that as a you win.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. I'll take it.
Yeah.
So
I'll have to work on gambling stuff because I don't think I explained it right and I don't think I know it well enough.
Okay. So he put in like 3. So what do I win? Like 3?
You just win the pot. So
yeah, the pot was 6. So
yeah.
I have 13 gold now.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
And I'm pretty sure I'm gonna order an ale.
Yep.
And have one, and also pay one for Larry.
Awesome. Ale's pretty cheap. It's like 2 silvers for the 2 of them.
10 silvers of gold, right?
Yeah. So it's just like 1 silver each.
So okay. Yeah. So yeah, we'll keep doing that. And probably going back and forth until like I end up having like a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
And I'm pretty sure I'm at my 2nd or 3rd ale now because there's nothing else to do. So I'll drink.
All right. So I'm gonna say it's probably getting on in the day. Like you've managed to squirrel most of your time away. Doing that. If there's anything else Iggy or Romora wants to do, just let me know. Otherwise, we can sort of transition to sundown.
Hell no, I'm sleeping.
All right. Are you upstairs having a nap still?
Hell yeah. I'm getting rid of this last level of exhaustion. Fuck all of you.
All right.
Was there any other person we were told to talk to? I kind of lost track of that.
So far, the only other person that you've been like given a name of or anything like that has been Jane.
Well, yeah. Well, Nero's gonna continue to fucking gamble and drink, and since like the others seem to be talking or like leaving, he'll just gamble it until time comes.
All right, sound good.
No, I'd just be there. I'd watch from time to time his game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's getting pretty loud. Like they're laughing. They have like you haven't seen him that open in like ever because of the ale, obviously. And he's like laughing and shit.
Every once in a while, Iggy would just yell out to him, "Hey, Nero!
What?
Give me a word!"
Ale.
Ale. Help. Good try. Good try. That's it.
All right. Well, as the sun starts to go down, the bar gets a lot busier. You can see the bartender Lee is sort of run off his feet, constantly like making drinks, and there's a couple of girls that are delivering them to each table and stuff like that. The girls are pretty, but not like gorgeous. Like they're very much sort of as weathered as anybody else. They're not like in skirts or dresses. They're just in sort of plain clothes, just like, here, take it. Right. And nobody seems to be caring. Like there's a lot of tables that are like talking really loud. Every once in a while you hear like a shout from them, things like that. See a lot of people in there with like their swords or whatever, sort of like leaned up against a wall so that they can sit down without that, and some clanking as various people come in. There's a couple of brown-haired women that come in. None of them really have scars on their hands or anything like that, or generous areas. But just after sundown, one woman does make her way in, and she fits the loose description that you got from Fizbin.
Okay, all right.
Time to shine, Iggy.
Just roll my shoulders out, just like shake them out. All right,
I can do this.
I can do this. And I'll walk over and I'll just sit. Is she like on the counter or like?
Yeah, she goes up to the counter to order, and she's just waiting for her ale.
All right, I'll go over and I'll sit next to her.
Sort of like looks over her shoulder at you, but doesn't like acknowledge you or talk to you. She's just waiting for her drink.
One for me, bartender.
Yeah, whatever.
Let's get in here.
Busy day, huh?
Are you asking her or the bartender?
I'm asking Jane. Yeah, no, I'm asking Jane.
Oh my god, this is a bar flirt scene. That's so awesome. Go, go, go.
Busy as it ever is in here.
Question. I'm new in town and I've been asking you around. I heard your name kind of going around. Is your name Jane, by the way?
Well, so now you have me at a disadvantage. You know my name, but I don't know yours.
Oh, Ignatius Langor. Hi there, nice to meet you. And I'll hold out my hand.
She sort of looks at your hand, looks up at you. You can see like a little like eye roll sigh, and then she like grabs your hand and shakes it. She's got a really tight grip.
Ow. Wrist. So yeah, question. My group and I were part of a. We were on a trade ship that had shipwrecked in the swamp, and we had gotten to a little bit of scrounges and everything, and well, we had found this thing, and I pull up the spell shard. And I've been asking around town. Yeah, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, she goes from really disinterested to really intent. Like as soon as she sees that shard, she goes really intent on it. She doesn't say anything. She's just looking at it.
I know what it is. It's spell shard. It's just like I don't know. We found it in a cave with a kobold and a bunch of crocodiles. And I've been asking around, and they said that your husband was a mercenary. If anything, I don't know. This might be yours.
Kobolds. What color kobolds?
Black scaled. It was just the one. Yeah, I was wondering if you had any more information about that one as well.
And she sort of like rubs her forehead for a second and closes her eyes and then opens them and is like, if you're fucking with me, I will end you.
No, I am not. I am not intercoursing with you, ma'am.
No intercourse intended here.
No. We've had a long... I mean, my group and I have had a long couple days, and we had come across... We needed to save some friends that had gotten attacked by some crocodiles, and we went into this cave. And there was a very large one, along with a little fat kobold that had a little treasure hoard. And amongst this, we found this thing. And so we asked around town, talked about the black kobold. We heard there was a group of them in the past, and that your husband was a part of a mercenaries that went to deal with them. And so, I don't know, I just connected the two dots together, thinking that this might be someone's.
I gave that to my husband years ago for one of our anniversaries. He loved little arcane artifacts, and this was about all I could afford for him at the time, if it is his.
Well, I mean, there's only one way to find out. You know, put it right in front of her.
And she'll sort of like touch it and sort of like spin it on the table for a second, and then she'll grab it in her hand and say, genie.
So close!
And you can see the shard will light up, and you can see words start scrolling across it.
I mean, I've seen a spell shard work before, but my jaw is still going to be dropped. I'm just like, oh.
And from what little you can read from just like beside her and that, it seems to be some sort of diary or a journal.
Oh. Is this his?
And a little tiny smile comes on her face, and she says, "It is. God, never thought I'd find anything of his."
He hasn't come back, has he?
No, he never did. He was supposed to just do reconnaissance on it, come back to me, and we were going to take care of it together. He never came back. I went out in the swamp many, many times. Never saw a hide nor hair of him, nor those stupid kobolds.
I'm very sorry, Miss Jane.
No, don't be. It was many years ago. I appreciate you bringing this back.
No problem.
And she looks at the shard and sort of looks at you and says, "I have really no need for something like this, though. If you know how to cleanse it and make it your own, you're more than welcome to it."
Well, I personally don't know how to do it, but I'm sure if we head to a bigger city, there could be some arcanists that could.
Yeah. I've said my goodbyes to my husband, and having something like this around, I don't really need it. Not anymore.
You sure you didn't want to read any of the entries he might have made that could prove useful?
She looks at it for a little bit longer, and you can see she sort of seems to be scrolling through. And she makes another one of those little like sort of like half sigh, half laugh, and she's like, "Yeah, I don't know what happened, and I reckon I'll never will know exactly what happened, but I'm not sure there's much I can get out of this, especially if those kobolds are no more." And she'll put it back on the table, and she'll look at Iggy, and she seems to have a lot like there's a respect and that in her eyes now that wasn't there before. She didn't before. She was just looking at you like an annoyance as a pain, but now she's kind of looking at you like something, and she's like, "Thank you. I'll remember this."
Well, no problem. Yeah, that's really all I needed. So you said that there were no other sightings of those kobolds, right?
Right. Not that I've heard of. The fact that you encountered one, I haven't heard of any encounters with any of those kobolds in years.
Yeah, it was strangely very resilient. Oh no, it was tough. We ended up slaying it, but who knows? There still could be more. It might have just disbanded. I don't know. I think his name was like Kor'Vax or something.
I don't remember any kobolds by that name, but I never dealt with them personally. And she taps the shard and says, "Might find a little more information on him there. I think my husband was close to at least figuring out something about them."
Is there some sort of like captain of the guard that we can report this to? Anything?
You're looking at her.
Oh. Hey. Well, good for you.
I was too tied to this place to really leave it after my husband passed. I wasn't convinced he was dead for a very long time. I always had hope. But this place suits me. We don't get a whole lot of grounds guard or anything like that here.
I can imagine, but you seem to be doing well for yourself.
I get by.
Well, that's really it. Thank you for cracking the code, I guess.
It's my pleasure. Iggy, right?
Yeah.
You be careful. Swamp owns some pretty crazy things, not the least of which is that kobold.
Tell me about it. And I'll walk off. And as I walk off, I'll just do like a tiny freaking dance, like, yes!
Very nice. All right.
Oh, there's
yeah.
words.
That's the most recent entry.
Woo! All right. Give me a second to read.
Right.
All right, I'm gonna go. Be right back.
So it's been 8 hours, right?
I would say by the time you went to sleep, you've been asleep for almost 8 hours, yeah. Because it's sundown was probably around like 7 o'clock, and it was probably about noon by the time you went up. So I would say you'd have had a long rest.
All right, so I'm chipper as ever now. Too bad it's nighttime.
Yep.
So I'm gonna go downstairs and see he's finally cracked the code, and I'm gonna check up on Nero.
I'm probably drunk by now.
Oh, good.
Roll me a couple of Constitution saves, just 2,
Alrighty.
just to see how drunk you are. Because I assume you've been a drinker, so.
Yep. So first one is a natural 1.
Oh my.
Second one is a 13.
Nice.
The third one is a 20. The fourth one is a natural 20. So 26. And 12. 24. 12.
Oh, you had a lot of ale, didn't you?
21. Yeah.
Apparently.
Hell yeah.
He's got all this tankards just laying around.
But now I'm really good friends with Larry.
Yeah, that first one was like on an empty stomach and it really got you. But the subsequent ones you were starting to do okay with, and then as the night started to creep in, you are now like, this is the most animated you've ever seen Nero. Like he is pretty drunk. I don't know if you're like a melancholy drunk or like a happy drunk or a talkative drunk, but whichever you're pretty
That, you are that.
Yeah.
Probably like a loud laughing drunk, but not too. Well, still more talkative than usual, but not getting into private shit, but just like shit talking to other people, like buddies would, sort of drinking buddies, slapping someone in the back and like spilling the beer and also breaking the mug by accident and stuff like that.
That shit could cause a fight in here.
That's fine because they kicked my mug down too.
All right. Well, I'm sure he'll be fine. I'm gonna go check on Captin Brass.
All right. She is awake. She's in essentially just pajamas. Like they're borrowed from Leo, it looks like.
What a doctor. What a doctor.
She got
The hero we
nothing of
didn't
her.
deserve.
Here's my pants.
To be fair, he was paid 20 gold for his services, so he's like, "Well, I guess I should spend some of that."
Gotta give him the good treatment.
Yeah.
Here's my pants.
I even washed them.
You get what you pay for.
Yeah.
So how's everything in here?
It's not doing too bad. He says I'm not allowed another dose of painkillers for a little bit, but I can bear through it.
That's good. You think you'll be ready to move tomorrow?
Leo says I can leave tomorrow. I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready to move out just yet. I think I might stay here for a bit. I thought a lot about your offer, and by the gods, do I ever appreciate it? But I just don't. I don't think that'd be Ollie's way.
That's fair enough. I just wanted you to have that ability to make that decision.
And I appreciate it more than I can ever say, really. He was so special to me. Not a lot of people really understood. But he made me laugh, made me smile, and I'll always remember him like that. But I just don't think I could. I don't think I could bear to bring him back. That I don't know enough about it, and I don't really think that prolonging his time before it needs to be. He'll wait for me, and I'll see him again. I know it.
Well, if you need help or if you need a job, you can ask around for the Lytherian family, and I'll actually just take off the emblem that I have for my family name, and I'll give it to her, and I'll say, just tell them I sent you, and they should at least give you a fair shot.
Thank you, Lady Lamparia. I'm not used to having to rely on other people, but I think for a while I'm gonna have to get used to it. But I appreciate all this a lot more than I can say. You had no obligations to me, and you went out of your way.
Well, you were the captain of my ship.
A ship that I unfortunately could not keep afloat in that storm.
You shouldn't feel too bad. I had a lot of fun. Despite all the muddy incursions and
Death.
we don't talk about that.
What the fuck? Yeah.
You're an odd type of woman, but I sure do appreciate all you done.
Says the orc. You're odd.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, I'll actually, since she's lost everything, I will give her 20 gold, and I'll say, in case you ever want to leave this place.
I don't intend to stay here forever, but I'm gonna see Ollie well rested. I'm hoping maybe if I can gather some of his ashes and take him out to sea.
One last time.
Exactly. It's where he always felt most free. It's where I always felt most free.
So I'll take her hands and I'll just give it, a nice shake. I'll say, hopefully I'll see you in the future.
Of that, I'm assured. We'll meet again.
Good. Hopefully Leo takes good care of you in the meantime. And I'll wink at Leo as I leave.
Leo just kind of like cocks his head, gives you a weird look, like what?
What the fuck am I supposed to do?
Yeah, like what? I'm taking care of her. I have bandaged her.
My job is done here. What more do you expect?
Yeah.
And by the way, I actually have a lot of gold.
I'm running low.
But that's also because I didn't share the gold that I found in the cave.
Right, you found gold in the cave?
Oh yeah.
You dick.
Eeny weeny.
I'll take everything back.
You even bought her boots.
Well, to be fair, I also bought them rooms.
Oh, they weren't that expensive.
That was like 3 gold or something like that.
Yeah. The boots were 15, dick.
They were a gift.
They were good. Oh yeah, fucking snake oil. Oh, that was my last money. What the fuck? So fucking disappointing.
Ungrateful little bitch.
For real though.
I will be just dancing on freaking booths, and people are thinking, "Oh, he's drunk." No, he just opened the thing. I'm celebrating. No, I got it open!
What did you get open?
This thing!
Oh, I saw that woman's top. Oh, what? Where did you get open? The book?
The shard!
The shard, I knew that. What is it?
I mean, nothing more than we already knew, but I got it open!
An omen. Can that help me win this?
No, I got it open, not open.
Oh, you got an omen. Open. I knew that.
Alright, hold on. Let me give you the omen. Let me give you the omen. And I just put it on his forehead. And I just hold it there for a second.
That's good.
I'll rub it for a little bit, and then I'll let it go. You're ready. You're gonna win this one.
I'm feeling lucky. I'm gonna go fucking all in.
Okay.
There you go.
Hey,
13
maybe
gold
not.
on the table.
I don't think it's that lucky, though.
That's all my gold on the table. Let's go. Let's roll.
Oh, God.
Let's do it.
So this is why I didn't give you guys any gold.
We have gold.
Yeah, right.
It's just how we use our own gold.
All right. Okay,
Are you using the gold that I just gave you?
Yep.
That's why I didn't give you guys.
Shut up! I'm drunk, like for the first time, and I fucking need it with this company. Okay, so give me 3d6, right, and the highest wins.
Yep.
All right.
So we'll just do a straight roll. You can re-roll one number.
All right.
So, or how much did you put in? You put it on all, right? Like 12?
12. I have 12. I have 12 gold.
Okay.
I have 12.
That was a match because he has 12 as well.
Oh, damn.
Yep.
So we roll again.
Yep.
Rerolling the highest one. The lowest one, sorry.
Yeah, I was like,
The
I
higher
roll
one,
the highest if you want.
stupid. No, stop. Shut up. I've got a 12 again.
So does he.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, this is a really tense battle right now.
This is gonna be what starts the bar fight.
Okay,
Oh, God.
I need an omen here. Like, do a little bit better here.
I'm putting it on his forehead again. I'm just holding it on his forehead the whole time he plays.
Witchcraft.
Believe it or not,
magic.
I got another 12.
Dude.
He did too.
No way! No way!
I shit you not. 4 through 5. Like,
I have 3, 4, 5 as well.
oh my god.
One more time. Na, 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 na. Stop rolling the same shit. God damn.
Okay, let's go. Here we go.
You rolled a 12.
I rolled 3 times the 4.
Wow.
Oh my god. Well, luckily enough, this time he rolled a 16.
What?
Rip.
Well, there goes my fucking gold.
And the crowds are like cheering and that, and like as he's like pulling the gold towards them, like his two missing teeth are showing. He's like, "Good game."
All right, let's do it again, and this time we bet on this guy's omen thing.
No. No.
Iggy, can I bet you omen?
No.
Uh,
I want it.
well, I'm sorry. There goes the gold. It is what it is, I guess.
That was such a close match. Oh my god.
You're going to bed. It's time for you to go. What time is it at this point?
Barry, can you order another ale?
Oh god, another one?
I'm gonna say it's probably like close to midnight.
I think it's time for you to go to bed.
I don't want to go to bed yet.
Yeah, come on. Come on, Nero. Let's go. I'm protecting you now.
Nice meeting you, losers.
As I'm pushing him up the stairs.
Nice taking your money, loser.
Hey! Sportsmanship!
Wait until I meet you in the street at night. I'm gonna fucking polish your face.
Hey, Cleric, remember? Silver Flame!
Right.
Light a
I'm
fire
gonna clean
under
your.
your ass.
I'm gonna clean your face afterwards too.
There you go. And I'll tuck him into bed and everything. Next time, don't go gambling. And waste the money I just gave you.
I'll pay for the rooms again, because that was only for one night.
Yep.
Oh, there go another 3 gold.
At least I didn't lose 13.
12. It was 12.
Right.
I made 3. Okay.
God dang. Nero's the worst with money. You'd think he'd be the more responsible one.
Yuck.
What do you expect from someone who is like in the fucking or wasn't the guard? Of course he would fucking gamble and drink.
Mm-hmm. I'd make sure he wouldn't leave, and then I'd make sure he'd fall asleep, and I'd read that diary then in bed.
Yeah.
Be like, huh? All right. I'll go to bed.
All right. Is Ramora going back to bed, or is she staying up all night now?
She'd probably nap to kind of close the distance between night and morning. But she'd probably be up at like 4.
16 hours sleep. Woohoo.
All right.
She still had levels of exhaustion then. Leave her alone.
She's got minus exhaustion now.
She's well rested. Gets advantage all the time.
Advantage on skill checks.
Double.
So well rested.
No.
But if you get too well rested, you become a hermit and you get sunlight sensitivity. Become a vampire.
Or you become or you become a slug.
Sounds like a deal.
Like, I lied.
It burns. Okay.
Okay. So as you guys are sleeping, I want you all to roll perception checks.
Oh, poo-poo.
I'm assuming I am not doing this.
You can roll with disadvantage if you want.
I
Sure.
rolled like shit.
All right.
I
Oh,
rolled
yeah,
it.
let's
I got it.
go.
I rolled
I
a
got
natural
7.
20 and a 4.
Aw,
Nice.
So 9.
Okay.
I got an 18.
18. All right.
I got 7.
Okay. So, Rel, you don't really notice anything in the time that you're asleep. It passes pretty normally for you. Iggy, at some point, you sort of like half wake up and you feel almost like there's somebody watching you. And it's a pretty creepy feeling, but it's the middle of the night, and even if you look around, you can't see anybody or see anything. Nero, you don't sense anybody or see anybody for the longest time. However, you do end up hearing a voice in your dreams.
Is it a male or a female voice?
It's a female voice, and you hear her say, "Ooh, look at all the tangled webs of pain in here. I bet you have some glorious nightmares."
Excuse me, what?
You hear her laugh, and if you look around, you actually seem like you're looking around in your room. Like you can see Iggy asleep in the other bed, and if you turn around, you can see yourself asleep in the other bed, and there is a woman resting by the door. Actually, a child almost. She looks very young. She got black hair, pretty dead black eyes, and she's just sort of watching you.
Well, interesting. What are you doing in here? Thought we locked the door.
Doors don't mean much over here. I came to see you. Well, I came to see all of you, really. You walked past my house so brazenly. I really wanted to see who you were. Followed you around for the past day. It's been rather interesting.
Well, I can see myself laying there, so I guess I'm either dead or dreaming.
This is a dream, darling. Don't you worry.
That explains at least some. House, you say? You mean the mark on the house? The sentinel mark?
Sentinel. Like your little mark. No. I mean out in the swamp. You passed us right by. Didn't come in for tea. It's very rude.
Well, in all honesty, I don't really remember seeing any house. The only thing that we saw was corpses, crocodiles, and a warforged. It was really all we saw.
Yes, and it was rather fascinating. I'm so impressed you managed to take care of Kor'Vax. He was such an annoying little gnat.
Why, I don't even know why I'm talking to you. Who are you? Let's start.
I'm sorry. Did I not introduce myself?
No.
My name is Nona. And I have a mutually beneficial proposal for you and your group of misfits.
He sits down, like rubs his forehead a little bit, and like massages his eyes, like in oh fuck, and then he looks up again, tilts his head towards her, and he says, "Well, there's not a lot that can really shock me, so why don't you come closer, take a seat, and well, I'll hear your proposal."
Well, though I do like middle of the night deals, I would much rather you come to my house to discuss it. My sisters and I would definitely like to have a little chat with you guys. We have a problem, and I think you might have the solution for us. In return, well, we can offer you a number of different things. And she'll sort of come closer to you and like reach out to like touch your head.
He really doesn't flinch. He like just observes her really closely, but he doesn't do anything about it.
Yeah. She'll just sort of tap the side of his head just very lightly and say, "So much pain and suffering in here. You hide it all very well. I can feel it. I can see it.
Well,
How would you like to get rid of that pain?"
it's a little odd because, of course, you would feel and see it because you're a mere projection of what I think you are. So I invented you, I made you, so of course you would see what's going on inside of me. I don't know how I would get rid of it, but some of it has made me the person who I am. So I don't think getting rid of that would help me in any way.
Really? You've never just wanted to not feel that kind of pain? You've never wanted to be able to sleep a night through without reliving it?
I have, but I'm trying to leave this behind. And there's a difference between leaving things behind and completely erasing or forgetting them. This is a pain that I have to live with, and this is a lesson that I have learned. And I am not gonna simply go and make it go away.
Well, if you're not interested, then you don't have to come. Not by any means. But I'll just find someone else. However, I do still think we could be very beneficial to one another.
So let me take a wild guess here. One of this issue that you have is in relation to the black-scaled kobolds.
They are small fries. They were an experiment years ago. Nobody cares about them anymore. We've got much bigger problems.
Ooh, which are?
Well, I can't really tell you unless you come visit us.
Then tell me where to find you.
The way you came. If you go a little bit deeper into the swamp, you'll find an area where nothing lives. That's where you'll find us.
And are you gonna show yourselves to us? Like you and your sisters?
Of course. Wouldn't be very beneficial to us if we just hid.
So you're talking about beneficial. How are you manipulating me right now?
I'm giving you options. That's all.
And what do you think? Well, we oh boy. I think we will hear you out, but if what you have to offer isn't of interest or the cause is not a noble one, I will have to turn you down, Nona.
Well, that is your prerogative, isn't it? That's what's so wonderful about humanity. All that free will.
Is there anything else you want to tell me other than the friendly invite to your house?
No, that'll be it. Just best come prepared.
Prepared for what?
Well, to fulfill our bargain, if you decide to make it.
So, you want us to fight something?
Perhaps. How you go about fulfilling your bargain is your own particular methods.
And Nona, who are you exactly? Are you a ghost?
No, dear, I'm quite real. And she'll gesture around and say, "Welcome to the ethereal plane."
Well, I'm not sure I understand, but why are you living in the swamp?
Why am I living there?
Yeah.
Because the swamp is mine. From the reeds to the grass to the trees to every living thing that lives here. This place is mine.
And it is being corrupted of some sorts?
Lately, there's been some competition for the swamp. Some competition that I do not appreciate.
How do you think we can be beneficial for each other?
Well, that remains to be seen.
I will let the others know. And we might be coming and pay you a visit.
Look forward to it, darling. And sweet dreams. And you see her turn around and the dream sort of almost dissolves. And you hear Iggy whispering in your ear.
Nero! Nero!
What are you doing here? Who are you?
Me? Iggy, you remember? Are you okay? I thought I heard something.
No, he's like slightly waking up and just mumbling shit while this is happening, sort of.
Yeah. And I'm just gonna cast Mage Hand really quick and just start poking him in the face.
Okay.
Nero!
Just don't touch him. No. He's gonna wake up. He's rubbing his eyes and like everything is like spinning a little bit because he drank a lot. He says, what?
No, I thought I heard something.
What's going on? This night is not gonna leave me alone, is it?
Can you check the door, please?
What about the door? Yeah, I'll do it. And he like gets up and he like stumbles from left to right and almost falls down. And he holds himself like on the wall, like kind of with like the two eyes squinted a little bit, and he opens the door. He unlocks it and opens it. Yeah, it's the door, Iggy.
No, but I thought I heard something.
Hey, can I make a perception check if I see something outside? Probably not.
You can make a perception check, still make it at disadvantage, though. You're still
Fair
sleeping
enough.
it off.
That's 10.
Hallway's pretty empty. There's like a torch that's almost put out. It's real dark out. It's probably like 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning?
Again, it's nothing. There's just a light burning. You probably heard a cackling or something, or crackling. I don't know. I'm gonna close the door. He closes the door and locks it. We're good, Iggy. And he almost like falls asleep while standing there.
And go to bed. Go to bed. Go to bed. I'll just
slowly slips back to bed, like swaying heavily. Yeah, we're good. We're good. That was a weird woman I just saw.
What woman? You were sleeping.
Yeah. No, and she said something about swamp. Something. It's hard to recall. I don't know. Something about we need to help them, and I don't know, I have to see them in the swamp. Something. She gave me directions. I can't really remember. So
Directions in the swamp?
Yeah, so it was going to be really beneficial for all of us. And she said she owned kind of the swamp, but it was just a little girl, with her dark hair and black eyes. And sorry she was dead. Not really, though.
I think you had a little too much to drink.
Yeah.
You should go to sleep.
Yeah, probably. And yeah, he lies back in bed and starts falling asleep again.
And unless anybody else is doing anything, the rest of the night passes without incident.
So, like I said, I'll be up early in the morning and I'll just be walking around, checking in at the inn every now and then to make sure they're up.
Who?
You guys, because I'm waking up early.
Oh, I'm not up.
You're probably not going to get up until like noon.
Probably not.
I don't think I'd do anything. I'd be up late.
Okay. So.
Oh, you're real.
Yeah. Unless there's something you want to do, we can skip ahead to like early afternoon or late morning.
I'll just take a bath and.
You can get in there before anybody else does, before any of the water gets dirty.
Suckers.
Yeah.
But that's it.
Okay. All right. It is close to midday, and if you guys would like to wake up, you may.
I'm waking up.
That's part of waking up.
Man, this room smells horrible, by the way. Like, how when you drink like a lot and shit and you have like clothes that are soaked in like beer and shit? This room smells horrible. Yep.
But I will wake Nero up and just be his hangover person.
Hangover guy, dog.
I don't think he has a hangover really, because he kind of slept it off, but it's still like not a hangover, but just like a slight stomach ache. Yeah. Morning. What a crazy night.
Yeah, no, tell me about it. You were talking all sorts of nonsense.
I lost all the money. Oh, man.
Oh, yeah, that I remember. That wasn't a dream.
Yeah. What did you say? I talked nonsense? And he like gets up and rubs his face again.
Yeah, you were talking about some girl in the swamp, and it was weird.
Do I recall precisely the dream? Because, I mean, I know when I try to recall dreams, then bits and pieces break off.
It's strange because most dreams are very ephemeral, very like hard to pin down. This one felt like you were actually talking like in real day. Like everything that wasn't you and the girl was a little bit faded.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, you do recall. It's just, thinking through the slight headache and stuff like that might take you a little bit longer, but I think you'd be able to recall pretty well your conversation.
So I dreamt of this girl. I think her name was Nona something, and she was in our room yesterday. Like, that's what I saw. I was like sitting next to my buddy, and I saw you sleeping. And she said, it felt really real for some reason, like not like any other dream I have. And she said she was the owner of the swamp, and she had an issue. She and I think her sisters had an issue that needs to be taken care of in the swamp. She gave me the location too. It's even further in the swamp, and apparently she could offer us something that might be beneficial for all of us as in return. It did sound like she was asking for help, because she said she followed us all the way along from the swamp up until here.
Wait, she followed us?
She did. That's what she said. And she said, "Welcome to the ethereal plane." Do you know what that is?
Do I know what that is?
Roll me Arcana.
Arcana. Alex knows, but I don't know if Iggy does. Oh, Iggy knows.
Yeah, so you know.
23.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like another realm of existence. It's similar to ours, but freakier.
Well, that does make sense. It did feel pretty freaky. Well, so it wasn't a dream, but she said it was a dream. I don't know, but she asked for our help. She said she could find other people too, but she followed us for help. So maybe we want to check it out and see what they have to say.
Well, I mean, if you're sure about it.
It did seem pretty real, and I mean, if it was in this plane and this astral plane stuff, then I could not have made that up, could I? I'm not sure.
I mean, I guess we can go. Mainly just because I'm interested in seeing what they're up to.
She did mention the dragon. No, she did not. I confused that. She did not mention the dragon mark I saw at the house. She talked about another house of hers in the swamp. Apparently, we missed it. Did you see a house?
I think we did, didn't we?
I'm not sure.
In the decayed little part of land?
I don't think you went in far enough to actually see the house. Like, you saw the decayed land, and it seemed to, and you guys skirted it.
Okay. Yeah, no, I don't think we did.
And I asked her if she was, that was related to the Kobold issue. And she said it was bigger than that. I'm not sure.
I mean, the fact that she knows about it means...
For all I know, I might have made this all up. I'm not sure.
I mean, if you don't know about the ethereal plane, then someone did.
Well, I definitely don't know this kind of stuff, so I don't know. And I don't know how I would come up with something like that. Just in my mind.
I think we should check it out.
I think we should check out breakfast because I don't know about you, but I'm starving.
Yeah, I'm kind of hungry, even though it's kind of like midday. We should go eat.
I'll probably wash these clothes. A lot of ale. And we'll go down. Well, Nero will go dress and go down and get breakfast with Iggy. If they still serve breakfast, otherwise it's gonna be brunch.
Yeah, it's closer to lunch.
Well, it's brunch.
It's closer to lunch.
What about supper? 11sies.
Second breakfast.
Yeah.
As Iggy's eating, he's just gonna get like a light bulb in his head, and he's just gonna say, "Oh, I'll be right back." And he's gonna go over to the counter, and he's just gonna ask the bartender. He's like, "Hey, do you guys have like courier systems, like mails?"
You can hire somebody, yeah.
All right. You know where I could do that?
Johnny, you got a job going right now? No, what the fuck you want? Want to be courier?
Yeah.
this guy comes up. He's sort of young, but he's got a pretty good scar, like underneath or like on his lip, like maybe he got caught in the face by something. And you see him sort of jangle his way up. Like, what you guys want?
Well, give me like 5 minutes, and I'll come back to you. And I'm gonna rip like a letter. Like not like a letter, but like a piece of paper from my journal. I'm just gonna start writing a little letter, and then I will say, can you take this to Falstar, House Langor?
Falstar? Sure, why not?
Here's 15 gold.
It'll be a little costlier than that.
Okay, never mind. You suck.
Sorry, but all the way to Falstar? That's over a month's journey.
I still have 8 silver pieces.
I think it's a little more than that. Like, we're talking about like 50 gold plus. For one letdown.
Yeah.
Never mind. I wanted to send a letter.
Can you not send an owl or something?
No, because I don't have
Pigeon.
one.
God damn it, wasting my time. Newcomers.
It took 2 minutes.
It's 2 minutes I'll never get back.
You'll make up for it.
Kids.
Get punked.
Man, never mind. Stupid cross-the-continent travel.
If only there were airships.
Oh, shut up. Alright, well. Let's go do something. Oh, yeah! Rel, we had some freaky thing that happened last night.
Oh?
Yeah, Nero was kind of talking in his sleep, but he was saying stuff that Nero doesn't really know, so we're kind of interested in investigating further on it.
Okay. I mean, is it really more important than heading to port?
Well, I mean, is there a time limit on the port?
Just kind of shrug my shoulders. I don't think so. I mean,
I think it's just an open call. Yeah, they're just looking for mercenaries.
well, I mean, they are asking for help, but I mean, if you think this is important enough, then sure.
Well, I don't know. I think it was just too uncanny. for it to be just a dream.
Well, then let's go.
All right, so surprise, we're going back in the swamp. Yay!
You'll never leave. Try to leave, and they pull you back in.
Damn it.
All right. Is there anything you guys wanted to do before leaving? Because I'll probably end the session right around as you guys leave.
Just say bye to Brass.
Yep.
And Leah.
And did anyone else buy potions?
I have one.
Okay.
I'm gonna buy some rations, and I'm gonna buy some soap. I'm gonna buy 2 soaps.
Yeah, if you guys want to get stocked up on rations or crossbow bolts or anything, more than welcome to. It's pretty standard prices.
I have no money for rations.
Rations are a silver piece each. The what is it? Crossbow bolts, if you want 20 of them, it's 1 gold piece. Things of that nature.
What do you mean you don't have any gold?
Me?
Yeah.
I kind of lost it yesterday. It was worth the fun.
Wait. What? How'd you lose it?
Playing cards.
Okay. How much do you need?
For rations, just enough to get in and get out again out of the swamp, I'm assuming. Just enough to keep myself alive.
Well, I'll give you 20 gold. Don't spend it all in one place.
Don't gamble it all in one place.
So I guess I'll buy 20 rations for 2 gold.
Okay.
Thank you. I don't need all the money, but I'll give it back to you once we're done with all this and part ways.
You really think we're gonna part ways?
Well, I mean, we all have our own motives, right? So
You really think that after I'm gonna follow you into a swamp after a supposed dream that I'm just gonna part ways with you once we reach the port? No. You don't get off that easy.
that's a little odd.
What's odd about it?
What about? So you're gonna accompany me?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I didn't expect that.
Yeah. A lot of people are not expecting a lot of things from me, which is surprising. That's actually something I'm not used to.
All
Well,
right.
go buy your ration so we can leave. My feet are ready to get moving.
All right. And he does that. He goes to buy rations.
So I won't make you RP buying rations or soap or anything like that. Just they're pretty basic items that he has in stock. Just mark down your gold and or silvers. Things like that. And if there's nothing else you guys want to do, then we'll sort of call it as you guys are heading back into the swamp, back the way you came.
Oh, did it rain in? Wait a second. Did it rain in the swamp? No, right?
It hasn't yet. It always seems really like on the verge of rain. You get cold days and you get a few like warmer days. It's just sort of in the start of spring. So that's why the swamp is a little bit colder.
Is there like things like ponchos or something, or like rain tents or something that we could buy?
Yeah.
Like just even when walking, just to keep ourselves like a little bit dry.
You've got the cloak, which I'm assuming you were looking for something a little bit waterproof. So your cloak is pretty decent at it. Other than that, like tents and stuff like that, you can just buy them. They're not going to be waterproof. They'll be like water resistant. But yeah, you can buy some of that if you want.
And is there some things like some herbs or some fucking flowers or something that work as an insect repellent?
Yeah, you can buy an insect repellent there as well. Let me pull up my stuff again.
That would make sense in a swamp, so
yeah. I would say the insect repellent is like 10 copper. It's really cheap. Your waterproof like tents and stuff like that, I would say it's probably like 2 gold pieces. If you just want like blankets, it'd probably be only like 10 silver.
So waterproof tent is 2 gold pieces, and are those like one size, or is there like one big tent for like that fits like 3 to 4 people?
You could probably squeeze 2 people per tent.
Well then, he's gonna buy 2.
Okay.
I think the only thing I'm gonna buy is another healing kit.
Okay, you want a healer's kit instead of the healing potions?
No, I'm just buying an extra one.
Okay, it's 5 gold.
Yeah.
Meow.
Yes, darling.
Yeah, we got an insect repellent and waterproof tents.
Hey,
That's
good.
And maybe we should also get like some dry logs, at least in our bags.
I can't fit that.
It could be hard to find some dry logs.
I mean, I'm pretty sure the inn has that. That's why I'm saying, like, just go in there with dry stuff already. So
yeah, you can probably get like a handful of it for, I'm gonna say like a silver.
Sure, like as much as we can carry for that.
Yeah. No, just be aware that like if you don't have a waterproof bag or anything like that, it will probably get wet on the walk.
Oh.
How much is a waterproof bag?
That'd probably be 4 gold pieces.
Sure, I'll buy that too and put all the logs in there.
All right. You got a bag of logs now.
Yeah, we were like really fucking cold when we went into the swamp, so we might as well think ahead.
Yeah. You were also soaking wet when you started in the swamp.
That was a bad day. Bad day.
Yeah, that's all. Like, purchased enough stuff to keep us like safe and sound so we can actually rest, sort of.
Perfect. All right. So with that, as our heroes go to leave Kannastock behind and enter the swamp once more, that will be where we end our session.
Cool.